Hello. Today, was yes. Let's see. I woke up, got up, the usual day off and all, and I pretty much chillaxed all day. Um, you know, ate, watched some TV, wondered at what I was going to do. I, uh, I watched a little video on like the process of learning for how to draw stuff, anything really. And that was kind of educational. I was talking. Uh, One of the things that I collected from that was that you need to learn to draw basic shapes first, like your circles, triangles, squares, and such. Because like that stuff's easy to draw, sort of. But like if you're an unpracticed hand at it, like myself, it's hard to do that quickly. And those quick shapes can help with like the starting out for drawing stuff. So it's good to just have that basic like line stroking skill grown, I guess. So after I figured that out, I went and drew circles for like 20 minutes. No, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was probably more like five. My patience isn't that long. I can't draw circles for 20 minutes. But after that, I was like, dang, this is actually disappointing. I'm this shitty at drawing circles. Because they're never circle enough. They're always a little elliptical. Maybe my hand shakes, so they're a little wavy. And the where I start the circle is never where I finish the circle. It always crosses, or sometimes I do manage to hit it right. Well, there's a certain amount of technique and skill involved in such a thing. And so I was doing that for a little bit. And then I got off of that and I was hit with that paralysis moment where it's just like, damn, this is going to take forever. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. The journey is not what I'm here for. I want that destination, but I got to be here for the journey. So, I spent a couple hours not doing anything again because I was like, I was a little put down by the whole I'm bad at drawing circles thing. And then I managed to hype myself back up for it. I remembered it was like, gosh, what was I saying? Uh, I was thinking about it wrong, right? I remembered that I was thinking about it wrong, but I gotta just keep trying. I gotta keep these other things in mind, practice the basics while I try for the advanced, because that's what I do when I play video games I'm bad at, right? I go for the hard stuff, like when Fortnite came out, and I was horrible at playing Fortnite, and I could barely do a challenge or anything like that. Something somebody would be able to get done in one game, and it took me like several tries, several dying. But basically, I learned by going up against problems that I was not only unprepared, but I was not only unprepared to face, but it would inevitably end up in me failing. And so I'm taking that philosophy with this. I'm going to try to draw something more advanced, and I'm going to keep the old lesson, like the basic lessons, in mind, so that not only am I learning, adjusting, and improving on the basics, but I'm figuring out how to do, but I'm practicing the advanced stuff as well, like just drawing things. Right now, I'm focusing on faces. I'm trying to figure out faces. different structure, face structures, and stuff like that. Uh, I drew a fairly good face, I'd say, today. I'm not going to share it, but I'm proud of what I managed to do after I sat back down and started again. And I didn't keep track of the time, how long it took. It could have taken 20 minutes to an hour. I don't remember. It was a long time. Kind of. I just kind of sat there and focused on the piece, and my eyes didn't go to the time, which was nice. I never got impatient, you know? Just kept thinking of things to adjust. And then once I was done adjusting one thing, I'd move on to the next. And sometimes finishing or progressing the next thing would lead me to go back and adjust the first thing. You know that. So it was a lot of just kind of trying to visualize what I was trying to do and then adjusting what I had. And it ended up pretty good. I mean, it's still not entirely complete. Like I tinkered with eyebrows for a minute, but I couldn't figure out anything that was satisfying to me, so I just kind of stopped there. So yeah, uh, that's what I ended up doing. And after that, I went and played some Genshin Impact because there was a new update out, a new storyline and stuff like that. And that's why I play Genshin Impact, for the story. The gacha aspect doesn't have a hold over me, at least not anymore. I got bored of that. Uh, so yeah, no, there's events and stuff in the game that you can earn prizes in. You can interact with different characters that aren't usually in the story, or you've already used their story or gone through their story. But I play Genshin for the main story, and whenever an update comes out with more storyline, I play it. And an update recently did come out with more storyline, and I'm playing ahead. But it's still going right now. It's kind of like a book Genshin, but I think Genshin's actually a little bit more boring than most stories I've read. And Genshin's stories aren't very engaging until it hits like that climax part. That's that like the fights or the suspense moments, the characters that everybody loves but nobody sees very often. So they just kind of get you gotcha with the story. They give you a lot of boring stuff to shift through in an attempt to give you your exposition and your build up and all that stuff, but it tends to be a little bit, well, mild, mid, more or less. So Genshin Impact, yeah, I mean, I gotta be a little bit more patient with the story than I usually do for books, but when the story gets good, it gets good. I also like uh, the locations in Genshin. The two reasons I'd say I play Genshin Impact are for the story and the visuals. If I play on PC, I can see the higher definition environments, and there are key locations that are absolutely fantastic to look at. Great landscapes, great, structures, the mystery and mystique that comes with all those things. I enjoy that. World building and the more action in story. So that much is neat. Aside from that, I don't really play. I had phases where I built characters or I tried to get characters, and that no longer excites me. Well, the building characters part never excited me. I just knew if I wanted to get past the boring fights so I could get more in-depth story, I needed to build my characters to make them more powerful. So I did that. And now I have a couple worthy teams worth of characters, and so every now and again I switch it up for that reason. Now that you've had my monologue on my drawing and Genshin Impact, that was what happened today. Tomorrow is a Friday, and it is also a D&D day. Here's hoping we managed to do. I got my fingers crossed that we managed to actually get together this time, because last week and the week before there were problems. People couldn't come because they were sick or they had scheduling issues or whatnot, so looking forward to the next session. I have been for 3 weeks, and hopefully tomorrow is it. Hopefully tomorrow manages the next session, and but first thing tomorrow I have to work, and after work I go to the D&D, and I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be the thing I do tomorrow, pretty much, unless I decide on something else. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing anything in between. Another thing I did today, which I said I was going to do today, was I organized my laundry, so that was helpful. But yeah, tomorrow I may clean the kitchen a little bit. Some surfaces could use a little wiping down. That's about it. Besides the usual. So that's it. Tomorrow's been discussed. Here's the dog. Siren's been a bit ornery today. Found him chewing on socks on multiple occasions, and so he's had to be kenneled a couple times because he was being, well, ornery, as I said. Being a bad dog. But he's still my good boy. Anyway, he has a sleepy time now. He's resting in his unusual positions. He likes to sleep upside down. I don't know why he likes to sleep upside down, but he does. Perhaps he's just getting the cold side of the kennel or something. I don't know. There's a fan on him at all times. I don't know if he likes it or not, but I know huskies tend to like to be cool because they have so much fluff. But that's all I got. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section below, and share me with your friends, family, etc. Anyone you know who you think might be interested in my content. Please help me expand my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. Good night.